I am not part of those plotting to unseat Osinbajo, ex-Minister Mohammed. There had been reports of a plot to remove Acting President Yemi Osinbajo from office in the absence of Muhammadu Buhari. The plot was reportedly hatched in Saudi Arabia, and Bala Mohammed, former Minister of FCT, was linked to it. Mohammed not only denied this, but urged Nigerians to support Yemi Osinbajo as he continues to stabilize the country. Bala Mohammed, Nigeria's former minister in charge of the Federal Capital Territory, has denied having a hand in the alleged plot to unseat Professor Yemi Osinbajo as the country's acting president. Reports indicate that there has been tension in Asarok since Osinbajo took over the affairs of the country following the absence of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is on medical vacation in London. Vanguard reports that Mohammed reacted to reports which linked him to the plot supposedly hatched in Saudi Arabia. The former minister said such a story could only have been peddled by political opportunists and agent provocateur found in the All Progressives Congress, APC. He also called sources of such news to spare the nation this embarrassing conspiracy narrative that is domiciled in their party. Mohammed said he was actually in Saudi Arabia, but that his mission to the Holy Land was to fulfill his religious obligations. He urged Nigerians to support for Osinbajo, who is doing his best to stabilize the country amid tension in the land. Nage.com reports that Mohammed was quoted as saying, "I was not invited to such a meeting, if it held at all. And even if I had been invited, I would not have attended for reasons that are all too obvious. My antecedents are so well established that to associate me with a clandestine parochial project aimed at subverting the Constitution will negate everything that I stand for and cherish." No matter how anybody feels, it must be acknowledged that Yemi Osinbajo is today occupying the position of acting president and commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by the grace of God. Therefore, political opportunists and agent provocateur, especially those of his All Progressives Congress, APC, should spare the nation this embarrassing conspiracy narrative that is domiciled in their party. When tempers are flaring up dangerously and fear has become the order of the day, what is required is for all stakeholders, notwithstanding personal ambitions, party affiliation or sub-national interests, to join hands with the acting president in stabilizing the ship of state. Unless we are being hypocritical, Professor Osinbajo is doing his best to bridge the leadership vacuum created by the absence of the president, a vacuum that has triggered all kinds of dangerous political permutations. The country's leadership is expected to galvanize all stakeholders, while the political class is expected to rally behind it to fashion a way out of the present crisis. The former minister added, "I would want to say that Professor Osinbajo has demonstrated courage in the face of danger, commendable sobriety in spite of provocation, and focus in the midst of distraction, to the extent that, I am confident, President Buhari will be very proud of him. I make this comment with every sense of responsibility and without prejudice to my loyalty to my party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and my personal ambition and aspirations as a politician." As a senator during the era of late Umar Yar'Adua, the former FCT minister recalled how he moved a motion that finally got Goodluck Jonathan taking over the affairs of the country. He thus wondered why he would descend from that height at this time. For those carrying the alleged fake news, he said, like all false witnesses, God will cut them down at the point of their successes. In this regard, My faith in God remains unshaken and my commitment to a united Nigeria anchored on equity, justice and fair play as bedrocks of a true federation remain sacrosanct. Finally, I implore all Nigerians to continue to pray for the good health of our president and for God to grant Acting President Osinbajo the wisdom to lead the country in the right direction until the president returns, Mohammed said. NAGE.com earlier reported that the Southern Leaders Forum has issued a 5-month ultimatum to Acting President Yemi Osinbajo to implement the Confab report and also allow the 36 states assume their status as federating units. The group also called on the acting president to inform the southern zone of the federal government's plan to protect the people on the backdrop of quit notice issued to Igbos by Erua Jews.